Hey everybody, this is your test remediation for the last test we took, quadratic graphs, and this is for the honors class. Make sure you're showing your work from the video on the left and the same amount of work on the right side. If you're listening to me, which you should be, go ahead and put a heart beside question T1. Okay, most missed question. I kind of knew this was going to be a little surprise for y'all. The function has a 0 at 3, and we are trying to find the p. So the trick here is to understand what is a 0 at 3. Well, it's an x-intercept, which means it is actually the ordered pair 3, 0 on the graph of this function, and that means that we have an x and a y value now, and I can plug those in here and find p. So we've got f of x equals 3x squared plus px minus 6. F of x is the same thing as y. So let's rewrite it with a y. And now we're going to plug 0 in for y and 3 in for x. So 0 is going to be y. 3 blank squared, we're going to put 3 in that blank. Okay, p times 3 is 3p, and bring down minus 6. So 3 squared is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. We're going to combine like terms. So I'm going to bring down my 3p, combine like terms, and get a positive 21. And now we're going to solve the two-step equation. I need to subtract 21 on both sides. Bring down the 3p equals, and combine over here to get a negative 21. And let's divide both sides by 3. And I get p is negative 7. All right. Okie dokie. What is the product of the solutions of this equation? So product means ultimately we are going to multiply our solutions. So we need to set each factor equal to 0 to get our solutions. So we're going to do 8x minus 3 equals 0. We're going to do 11x minus 4 equals 0. And we're going to solve these two-step equations. We're going to add 3 to both sides. We're going to divide by 8. I'm going to skip that step. I think we're good with that. So this is one of my solutions. Do the same thing over here. We're going to add 4 to both sides. So we got 11x equals 4. We're going to divide both sides by 11, so I get 4/11. So these are my solutions, and it wants us to find the product of the solutions, which means multiply them. So we're going to multiply 3/8 times 4/11. And when we multiply, we just multiply across the top, and we multiply across the bottom, and then we reduce, and I believe 4 goes into that 3 times, and 4 goes into 88 22 times, so that is 3/22. All right, go ahead and draw me a flower next to question T2. All right, we've got a function. It's a trinomial, and it says which choice shows a factor of g of x. So basically, we're going to use our trinomial method, and we're going to find our factors, and then one of these will be that answer. So this is the trinomial that the leading coefficient is bigger than 1, so this is the one that nobody likes. So So what we're going to do here is we're going to do our window pane. We're going to put our first term in the top left pane. We're going to put our -9 in the bottom right. We're going to multiply those together. You can do it here, and you get -18x squared. So we need the factors for -18x squared that add to 3. Now some of y'all like doing your X box, and you can do your X box if you like. -18 would go on top, and +3 would go on the bottom. The one thing not to forget is the factors have X's in them, so don't forget to put your X's in these boxes. A lot of times I just go ahead and do it. Okay, so I need my magic numbers that multiply to -18 and add to 3. The magic numbers are 6 and -3. So we'll put these in the boxes. And now I have to find the greatest common factor across both rows and down both columns. So greatest common factor here is 2x. Greatest common factor here is 3. And remember a trick, when the negative shows up in both, we pull it out because it helps us with the signs. Greatest common factor here is x. Greatest common factor here is 3. So let's set up my factors. I have a 2x minus 3. I have an x and a 3. My magic numbers are different signs, so my signs have to be different here. And now, if you notice, this matches one of my answer choices. All right, let's go ahead and draw a star right here next to our g of x function. All right, number 4, average rate of change. Average rate of change is the slope. The reason why we call it average rate of change is because we have to actually take an average over an interval, because when we are dealing with a function that is not linear, the slope is not the same everywhere. So they actually have to specify where we want to find the slope, and it's actually the average taken over this interval. So they are specifying for us to find the slope where x is 2 and x is 13. So they're giving us the ordered pairs to use to find the slope. So now we can do. Big bad Batchick structure, down, up, down, up. When I simplify the top, I get -9. When I simplify the bottom, I get -11. And we need to be careful because a negative divided by a negative is a positive 9/11. All right. Go ahead and put me a triangle here. And that's all. You all have a great day.